everybody, lovely, lovely, lovely people out there. And this is the Real Life with Hina and Enya show. And I have my rock star, Enya from Nigeria. She is an amazing personality. She's an amazing coach. And let me first introduce Enya. Enya, please go ahead and introduce yourself, my lovely, beautiful soul.
Hi, Hina, always full of energy and vibrance. So good to be here. Thank you for having me, Hina. My name is Enya, and I'm also a coach. I'm a mind coach from Nigeria. And we are here to give you a wonderful time because we're going to be talking about all kinds of topics that I know are going to help you. So
amazing, amazing. That's really amazing. Oh, this is from Enya, my lovely, beautiful soul who is connected from Nigeria. And this is, once again, my dear lovely audiences, this is Real Life with Enya and Hina. And I'm from India. I'm a certified wellness coach, certified life coach, motivational speaker, former soil scientist from Indian Institute of Science. And here we have a beautiful topic that's picked up by Enya that's about resilience and how you can, overcome the challenges in your life and how you can become so resilient and what is the purpose of being resilient as per science, and everything will be discussed in our show. So Enya, what do you have to speak about this topic? That's a beautiful topic given by you, sweetheart.
you know what? I know that this is a topic that touches every single person, every single home, every single individual, because as human beings, we will face challenges, okay? And when we do, it helps us actually build resilience. Now, I was just thinking about certain things yesterday, and I was thinking about pain. You know, a lot of us don't want to feel pain. But guess what? Pain is actually um, telling us something. Imagine if you didn't feel pain. Like I found out that those people who had leprosy lost their fingers or whatever parts of their body because they felt no pain. Pain is an alarm system. It is calling you to pay attention to something. And what happens is, of course, when you feel pain, the tendency is to want to run away. But actually, pain and challenges are an opportunity to build resilience. Because, so let's take a look at resilience. What is resilience? Resilience is the capacity to withstand or recover quickly from difficulty. It means emotional toughness. Now, we live in a world where there will always be things happening to us. It's not the things that happen that actually is the issue. It's how you deal with the things that happen. And you can only deal with the things that happen when you're emotionally tough and you're able to face it and then bounce back.
Exactly.
So
Face
that's
and
just the
bounce
beginning.
back.
Right.
Face it and bounce back. What an amazing thing you have told about this. Face the challenge and learn to bounce back. That's an amazing thing that any person should definitely have. Being a scientist, I can just say, yes, of course, as resilience word, which Enya has described, it's the about you are bouncing back with any kind of challenge that's coming your way. It can be even a small challenge or it can be the toughest challenge, because many people, they give up when they feel challenges. They have a different kind of mindset, and we are going to discuss as well about the growth mindset and the fixed mindset, and what happens when a person is having a growth mindset, how are they and how they take up the challenges in their life, and if the person is having a fixed mindset, how do they take up challenges in life. Okay, so as we are talking about resilience and how we can overcome the challenges and how we can become so resilient by nature. Actually, my dear friends, as a scientist, I can say the science behind being resilient, it involves a combination of neurological, your psychological, your physiological processes. They work together and they help individuals to cope up and to recover from adversity. And for instance, I can just talk about neuroplasticity. What actually it describes here? The brain's ability to change. You understand?
Right.
You're having the ability to change and adapt, and that becomes a cornerstone, and that is resilience. What happens? We have neurons in our brain, and these neurons in the brain, they form new connections. They are the pathways. They form like the new pathways or the new roots that are developed inside your brain. which is developed in response to any experience, anything that you're going through. All of a sudden, you've gone through a failure in your life or breakup in your life, anything that is happening, that the neural pathways are created inside your brain by these neurons. And think of it just like building a new road to bypass a traffic jam. It's just like that. And this rewiring, it allows your brain to develop alternative strategies. And that is really good because you are developing alternative strategies so that you can cope up and deal with the challenges. It's not that you should
Right.
give up. You understand? And there are different kind of steps that I would definitely explain. And I just want, Enya also to share here. And after that, I'm going to discuss in detail, in depth about, the scientific reason and how you're benefited when you are being resilient. With Enya. Yeah, can you just tell more about this, Vidha?
I love that you're coming from the angle of science because I love science. For me, science gives everything a backing, right? It gives a backing. So it makes it simpler for you to understand it. But let me share a story because I feel that people resonate with stories, okay? So I lost my sister in 2017. And I just could not, it was, I think that would be what I call the like darkest season in my life because I had just had a baby. So the period that I was pregnant, I had to keep going to the hospital for like a year. And then she seemed to get better. And then all of a sudden she wasn't there anymore. And it was like a door closed. That was the worst moment of my life. Now, in our culture, when these things happen, the tendency is that all the attention goes to the parents of the deceased or the husband and children. Most of the times, the sibling is not seen that much. And I was just in my little corner grieving. But you know what? I just love the way the universe works sometimes. I was watching a program about the Japanese art of kintsugi. And the Japanese art of kintsugi says that they don't throw away broken vessels. So they pack the pieces together and then they have these artisans who fix them together. So they just pick up the pieces and fix them together. And I was watching this documentary and I was just fascinated and intrigued by it. But I did not know that it was speaking to me. And so this artisan takes these broken pieces and every time he puts them together, he uses gold lacquer to stick it together. So by the time he had finished the pot, there was still a gaping piece. And I was wondering, I said, where is he going to get, what material is he going to use to fill up this gap? Guess what? He took plywood and he fixed it in and he painted that part a different color. So from the original vase from the before vase to the after vase, there was a total difference. The same vase before it got broken and the same vase after it had got broken. Well, guess what? The vase after it had gotten broken was so much more beautiful. You know why? The pain, the cracks had given it character. And that changed my entire perspective because now I realized that, yes, this thing has happened. What can I do with the pain? That is exactly how my vision was birthed. Wow. So my purpose came from that moment.
True. Wow. That's really, everybody has something or the other in their life that makes them to bounce back. As Enya has told about her story, she lost her sister and I lost my mom. That is where the transition started happening in me. Though I was always told by my mom that I'm very daring, she used to give me the tags of, the daring women, the personalities, and saying that my daughter is like this. And every time, I can say that from her womb, I'm born in that way. And I've inculcated all those daringness through her. And she used to have those vibes in her, and she used to make me sit next to her and read out those stories and always make me feel that I'm going to be such a daring personality, helping the world, helping people who are in need of all that help. You understand? So, for which reason she even kept my name, and she, though she was a novelist, she read a novel where Hina Enya, as my name stands, she had to keep this name because that lady made a remark in her life by helping the world, because that was a purpose and the mission she had. And this became my mission and purpose, helping the people. How? After my mom's death. Till then, I was a scientist, for your kind information. Okay, I was so busy, though I come from doctor's family. I lost my mom due to wrong medications, just due to wrong
Wow.
medications. She was totally healthy lady. Okay, and I had to be both a son and a daughter, though I have my brother who is staying abroad, but I had to play the role both of a son and a daughter. But I lost her. She was put on dialysis because the antibiotics were so high, the dose was so high, her kidneys stopped functioning, and she was put on dialysis immediately. And that shook me like anything. I was so dependent on her. I was so dependent
Hmm.
on her. She was my backbone. And I was always fearing that she lasted only for hardly 2 or 3 months. And I felt that the world has come to an end. I went into a severe phase of depression. Severe phase of depression. There was no mobility in my body. It was like a paralyzed body. I had to, crawl and go to the washroom all alone. Just imagine, my condition was so pathetic, so worst condition I lived. And I felt that I'm going to my mom very soon. Always I used to have these kind of thoughts. The doctors also had given up that I'm not going to survive. But I don't know what happened. By the mercy of Almighty, and all that was going in my life, those adversities, those challenges made me so strong. I just got into wellness. Somebody helped me to get into wellness. There, I was assisted by the profound coaches across the world, and I was associated with all the renowned scientists across the world. Then I started improving my health, and I became a wellness coach. And I started so far, in a span of hardly 3 years, I have made an impact on the lives of more than 4,800 plus people so far. And that was an amazing thing, because see, these adversities just got picked up my mom from this earth, and he made me feel miserable. And that misery, that adversity helped me to help so many people in their lives. And I'm so grateful to Almighty. But I was feeling that Almighty has done injustice to my mom, to me in my life, by just taking my mom away at an engaged age. She was so young. But I still feel that God does with all his plans, and his plans are the best, because adversity is when he is giving it to us to make us more strong. So what
Right.
happens here, Enya, it's like the stress response and the hormones, they work really well. When you're facing the stress and the adversity, what happens? Your body activates to fight or the flight response. And this triggers release of the stress hormones, that is the cortisol and adrenaline. If cortisol is too high, it is very harmful for your kind of information. But if it is
Right.
in moderate, then it helps you to build resilience. It trains your body to respond more effectively to future stressors. It can be even emotional regulation. What happens is, when you are developing this resilience after any challenge, that is bouncing back, okay, to face those challenge and to overcome that challenge with all that strength and the vigor in you, it exhibits better emotional regulation. What happened with me? I started regulating with emotions in a normal way, where my emotions were not under my control before. But when I developed
Right.
that resilience, what happened was, I got that emotional regulation. It means what? You can manage and control your emotions even in the face of difficulty. I think
That's right.
India can resonate with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision making, for emotional regulation, it plays a crucial role during that time. I tell you,
Yes.
you're not going to take
Yes.
any kind of wrong decisions. That will be the core beautiful decision of your life. And it's like having a skilled conductor, which is guiding. It's just like an orchestra of your emotions. It's just playing, in a most balanced way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And even your cognitive flexibility. I think I just love Enya to give a talk here, and then I'm going to produce, go further with cognitive flexibility and other things, how it is going to help you when you become resilient. Yes, Enya, you can share
No,
your.
you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And because I love how, you've broken it down and made it simple for people to understand. It's important that you know your identity, because when you understand who you are a powerful being. Like Hina said, your emotions should not be your driver. You can control it. It's like you get into a car, start the ignition. What do? Your foot on the pedal determines the speed of the car. So you are the one that regulates the speed. So it's the same thing with your emotions. You don't allow your emotions to drive you. You know, as I'm talking, I just remembered a dream I had many years ago. And in that dream, like, I don't know whether I was the one driving the car or I was an observer of the car, but here was this car that was just going, weaving through the traffic and just crashed somewhere. And I was wondering, what does this mean? And you know what? I realized that this was my life because I was being driven by my emotions. I had no idea that you could regulate your emotions.
Exactly.
A lot of women are where they are today because they do not understand their power and that they can control their emotions.
True,
Because
true.
how does life work? How does the mind function? It starts with a thought. A thought generates a feeling.
Yeah.
And a feeling generates the action. And the action generates the result. And the result generates a reaction. So if you're thinking anxious thoughts, then you will feel anxious and you will act anxious and you will get anxious responses. So you have the power to switch your thoughts, to stop and to swap your thoughts. Maybe now your explanation in a scientific, giving it a scientific backing will help people understand better what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's just what Enya is saying is about, it is linked with your cognitive flexibility. As she is saying, the emotions, your thoughts will make you get those feelings. And those feelings is what you try to either react or you respond. And many women, as Enya says, and we always say that women says that I'm emotionally strong. Women are supposed to be emotionally strong, but I say that's a myth. We are not emotionally strong. Then why do we get swayed by emotions so very easily? As women, we falter.
Yeah.
Many women are cheated. That's because they operate with emotions. They do not have that
Right.
emotional intelligence. So for which reason many women are going through a lot of autoimmune disorders. It can be the thyroid dysfunctioning or it can be PCOS. Why? This is all because of your hormonal imbalance. How did this hormonal imbalance happen? Because of your emotions. Your emotions were not balanced. They were not in harmony. They were not controlled. They were not
Right.
stabilized. You could not handle
Right.
anything in your life. It can be
Mm-hmm.
either your divorce that you're going through. It can be either the
Right.
loss of someone in your life, your loved one. It can be the breakup. It can be your health, anything for that matter. So when you
Right.
become that resilient person, which is linked to your cognitive flexibility, it is your brain's ability to switch between the different tasks or the perspectives. What happens is this will help the individual to adapt to the changing circumstances and it will view the challenges from different angles. Okay, think of it as like having multiple tools in your mental toolbox, and it is in a position to tackle different problems. See, even learning helplessness versus the growth mindset, as I spoke to you earlier, it is about your growth mindset and the fixed mindset. Resilience is influenced by your mindset, very much by your mindset. Individual with growth mindset, what do they have? They take those challenges as opportunities for growth. Even I was taking these challenge as an opportunity as my growth, and even Anya takes the challenges that come in her way as the opportunities to grow. Every person has to go through challenges. There is not even a single person, any living being that is existing on earth has to go through the challenges. We do not understand. Even the tree has to go through challenges. Even an animal has to go through challenges. Even we humans, the bestest of the creation, have to go through the challenges. We can't escape from those challenges. If we keep escaping from those challenges, we become cowards. For your kind information.
Right.
And when you have the fixed mindset and you feel so helpless because you're not in a position to face the adversity, no, you have to face them boldly because you are not born to be a coward. You're born to be a star. You're born to be a most talented person, the bravest person on this earth. And that is going to be determined by those resilience power that you are having when you're going through the challenges. And this mindset difference, it is rooted in your brain, how you're going to process and interpret those challenges. Many perceive the challenges as something, oh my God, this person is so sinful. So this person is going through challenges in the life. Oh my God, this person is very bad. So this person is a loser all the time. So the person is going through challenges. No, the more challenges are coming your way, the more stronger you have to become. That, just bounce back. We give this word as resilience. Even you
Bounce
get the
back.
social support, and your oxytocin also. I think Enya is going to talk a little about this. Then I'm going to tell you how social support is going to help you, when you
Mm.
become that resilient person. Yes, Enya.
Yeah, I love. I always love your vibe, Hina.
Ah,
Uh, when you were talking about, that trees have challenges, you know what? Imagine, I mean, everybody should kind of go back to when they entered into this realm of life. How did you come into this realm of life? What welcomed you into this realm of life? Challenges welcomed you. Every baby is welcomed by challenges. Why do I say so? When a baby is born and the baby is not crying, it causes alarm in the hospital. A baby's arrival must come with crying. That's how you know that the baby is alive.
exactly.
If a baby comes and there's no crying, the nurses and the doctor, it's an emergency. So challenges will always welcome us, even babies who we would say are so innocent, but challenges welcome them.
Exactly.
So, Hina, you're right on point. I want to talk about where you said
The social support.
perception.
Yeah.
Perception is
Yeah.
very important.
Perception. Yes.
Okay, so
How
let's
you're
talk
going to
about
perceive things. Yeah.
how you perceive, because everything has two sides. There's nothing that just has one side. Okay, so I have this here, it has one side and it has the other side. It's the same way when challenges come. What side are you looking at? Because depending on the state of your mind, that will determine how you look at something. You spoke about growth mindset and fixed
Exactly.
mindset. So the way that a growth minded individual will look at a challenge is different from the way a fixed mindset
True.
individual
True.
would.
True.
Because in every adversity, there is an equal opportunity for good. So, what are you looking at? Are you looking at the badness of the challenge, or are you perceptive enough to go deeper and pull out the good? That's what makes the difference between one individual and the next. So, over to you, Hina.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Enya. Well said. Well said. As Enya said, the kind of perception you are having about things in life, your perceptions become your thoughts, your feelings, your habits, your nature, your behavior, your future, your present is all determined by the perception that you're having about things. I just tell people, my students, flip the coin. You have been saying always the dark phase of the light. Just flip the coin and see the light
Mhm.
phase of your life, which has the brightness. Why always focus on the bad? The bad, though the bad is happening in your life, the bitterness is coming in your way. Just flip the coin. You have the power that's given by Almighty to flip that and see the brightness, see the positive side of things in life. Everything has the
Right.
negative thing, but we humans, we have the tendency only and only to focus on cribbing, blaming, complaining, crying, living a kind of victimhood. Yeah. So
Mm.
when we flip the coin and see the positive side of things, oh, all these challenges are coming to make me more strong. Oh, all this is happening in my life in a better way, and not to make me feel a loser, but more, make me more powerful and strong and become so resilient that I become a role model to the world. I can proudly say it's not that I'm boasting about myself, my dear friends, the audience who is listening to this video. All I can say is I seriously thank Almighty in every step of my life, in every walk of my life, because that challenge, by just taking my mom away, I was so much attached to her. I don't think any daughter will be so attached to a mom like this. And losing a
Mm.
mom, I got into depression, severe phase of depression. Yes, many, they get into depression after losing the partner, or, losing the boyfriend, the girlfriend. Many people do that, or just facing very less marks in their examination. But I got into that severe phase of my life when when I lost my mom. That was the biggest challenge that I had to face in my life, regardless of any challenge that I felt that was a miserable challenge that I had to go. And that miserable challenge only transformed Hina. You understand? I started getting that social support. What do I mean by social support? Connecting with others. Try to
Right.
connect with those people who can lift you high, not those people
Right.
who always judge you or put you down, or
Mm,
who suspect you, who doubt your potential. Just keep a
mhm.
distance from such people who are always putting you down and judging. World does not need advices, my dear friends, and we are not sitting here to give the advices. We are talking anything. I and Enya, this is the life of real life of Hina and Enya show is what? It is about the real life experiences we are trying to tell in front of you so that you can be helped. Even if you're stuck in life, if you're feeling so down in life, we are there. Our video, the talk that we are giving, the knowledge that we are giving, it's going to help you out when you implement it in a right way. For sure, I bet you it's going to help you out. What am I talking
Right.
about? The social support, connecting with those kind of people. As it is said, you will be the average of those kind of people that you are surrounding with. So just surround yourself. Even at the time of depression, see, when I was in depression, I got into wellness. I do not say that immediately overnight I changed my life. No,
Mhm.
it did not.
Mhm.
Some point of time, but I was connecting with such kind of people, and that helped me. That was a crucial part for my resilience. And when you have the social support, it triggers the release of oxytocin. What is that oxytocin? It is nothing but a love hormone. You're cuddling someone, you're kissing someone, that is an oxytocin hormone that is released. And even when you're socializing with such kind of people, you feel so good about yourself. What is that? That is oxytocin. It promotes that bonding, that trust, and it helps in the social interactions. You don't have to live in isolation all the time. Solitude is different, and feeling lonely is different. When you feel lonely, you land into severe phase of depression, which I had gone through. So when you
Mm.
socialize, it helps you grow. It helps you become more resilient. It helps you connect with the world, with your dreams, and it helps to contribute the emotional well-being and resilience. It can be also
Right.
your neurological responses to those positive experiences. You understand?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Enya, shall I go ahead with this, or do you want to share your say here?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So when it is about your neurological responses, what do I mean by neurological? As I said, we have this neurological system in the body. Okay, with these neurons, when you are engaging in the positive experiences of life, because you are surrounding yourself with such kind of people who can fill you with that positive feeling. It can be even
Mhm.
your hobbies or spending your time with your loved ones who can understand you, who can connect with you. It's not that who are just giving the advice. It's just I fold my hands and say, stay away from those people who are just there to give you advice. It's okay. That happened. Forget it. No, that's not going to resolve your problem. Just be with those people who can boost your energy. You are dying, but you are with them. You feel like, oh my God, I'm back to my senses. You understand?
Mm.
So this is going to
Yeah.
help you. It's going to the neurotransmitters that are associated with the pleasure and the reward, that is the dopamine hormone, is released when you are with
Right.
that kind of people who are helping you to have that positive feeling in you, because you are also depicting that positive behavior. It contributes to individuals' overall resilience. It can be even the
Mhm.
post-traumatic growth. You would have gone through a lot in your life, but you will learn how to bounce back, how to overcome the challenges. It's like
Mhm.
just like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Remember this word, phoenix rising from the ashes. So the essence, the science behind being resilient, it encompasses, the brain's ability to adapt the hormonal responses to the stress, emotional regulation, cognitive flexibility, mindset, social connections, even the potential for the positive
Right.
growth from adversity. You will have lots of benefits when you become resilient. And still, why the hell you want to give up in life? When you are going through the challenges, stop, pause, just become so resilient that you will be benefited like this. Understanding
Mm.
these processes will provide you valuable insights into how individuals can develop and enhance the resilience, even in the face of the life when you are facing the challenges. Over to you, Enya. Yes, my sweetheart.
Yeah, you're so correct. When it comes to social support. And I think it's really important. I've heard a lot of people tell me or say it openly that I don't have friends. I think that is an error. Because when you have good friends, now I'm talking about good friends, And you can only attract friends as you are. So if you look around you and you feel that you don't have a good support system, then it means that there needs to be some changes from you so that you can attract the kind of support that Hina is talking about, whether it's friendship, whether it's family, because sometimes you may find that you cannot find the support you want from your family. But there has to be a community of some sort where you can go to, who understand, who can lift you up, just like you said. It's very crucial, when it comes to mental wellness and adversity. I think I'm blessed with some of the most amazing people in my life. Hina, you're one of them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It facilitates the bouncing back. Like just as recently as yesterday, someone called me up just to check up on me. And those are just what we're talking about. Do you have someone who just checks up on you? Do you check up on someone? Because these are the things that help you. And just the conversation that we had lifted me up, gave me breakthroughs. So I want to reemphasize, it's important that you find for yourself the community where you feel safe. You know that you can unveil yourself without feeling judged or feeling uncomfortable. It's miracles happen in that kind of environment. So I would say that please don't isolate yourself. Find the support that you need. Over to you, Hina.
Thank you so much, Enya. As Enya is saying, you can connect with us. We have our own community. We are going to help you out. It's not something related to, the biased kind of things. It's like everybody is a human. We give that love. We give that affection. We give that warmth to everybody because everybody is seeking the true love. Everybody is seeking that socializing connection, which is not happening in their life. We are there for you. We are totally there for you. This is a commitment from our side. We are going to handhold you, to support you. You are not alone in your life. You're not left alone. You're not like you have to feel that you're living a lonely life or you're isolated. You are like totally out of connection with this world and there's nothing existing for you. No. Please, we are there for you. We are going to handhold you. We are going to support you. The only thing from this video you can learn is how to become such a resilient individual. Being resilient has lots of benefits, I tell you, but not by giving up. When you give up, you become, a loser kind of thing and you have lost everything. But when you become resilient, let me tell you, my dear friends, from our own life stories we are telling in this real life with Hina and Enya show. This is about our real life experiences we are telling you. When you are resilient, you gain everything back in life in the most beautiful way, which you wouldn't have even ever imagined.
Right.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Thank you
you
so much. Thank you, Enya. Thank you, my sweetheart. And let me tell my audiences once again, this is Real Life with Hina and Enya's show. And here we are going to discuss and talk about whatever the world is going through in their life where they are not able to speak up. And here you have the platform to speak and you can share your views, your comments, and how you would like to connect with us. Feel free to connect with us. And whatever is said here, kindly implement. Anything we talk is with the scientific backing. It was really lovely to share with you, lovely audiences. We love you, we love you, we love you. Thank you so much. Please share all your love towards us. Thank you so much, Enya. God bless my sweetheart for being such a good speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.